Namaste and good evening friends. Today I am here to talk about one of the bravest sons of Bharat Mata, one of the most revered administrator and one of the strongest king of India, that is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So this video is to pay tribute to one of the most revered king who is still like a beacon of light to all the administrators who want to make a difference and create a welfare state. So as per the English calendar, that is the Gregorian calendar, the coronation of Shivaji Maharaj happened on 6th of June, and as per the Marathi calendar, the tithi was the third day, that is the Trayodashi of Shukla Paksha, that is waxing moon in the month of Jeshta, and in 2020 that day falls to be 4th of June 2020, hence this video. So while I was reading about Shivaji Maharaj all my childhood, and he was one of the biggest inspirations for life, for zest, for fighting against injustice and all the good things that he did and all those things for which we are highly indebted to him, there were certain things that made me feel the best about him, that made me respect him the most of all the people. So I am going to mention few of those things. The first quality I can talk about is being an effective organizer. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was an extremely good organizer. Imagine the society of 16th century when we were being invaded and ruled by the external forces like the Mughals, the Adil Shahs, the Nizam Shahis, and around that time a fragmented society with very less unity. And at this time, Shivaji Maharaj organized the entire society together. He organized all the forces together and saw to it that he forms this Swarajya, he forms this one nation. Then, secondly, he was a very strategic military leader. As Aurangzeb himself says, he had laid down his army behind Shivaji Maharaj for 19 years, and still Shivaji Maharaj kept on growing and he could actually never conquer and finish Shivaji Maharaj. So as we know that the warfare techniques are even studied in different countries who have taken inspiration from this warfare technique called the guerrilla warfare. He was a strategist wherein he used to apply this very different kind of tactics and see to it that he always surprised the enemies and won over them. So he was a very good military strategy. He built forts in water to protect our country, the land, from the external invaders who came through water. He is also known as the father of Indian Navy because of that. Second is, he was a very skillful diplomat. Being a very good diplomat, he saw to it that his enemy forces never unite together against him. Wherever it was needed, at most he did treaties. He did different kind of samjhotas, what we can call it as, just to see to it that his enemy forces never unite against him. And that's why he could always fare well and come out shining out of all the difficult kind of situations and stand strong. Then he was a very brave soldier. Imagine a 14-year-old boy going into the temple of Rajarajeshwar. This is just located approximately 80-82 kilometers away from Pune in the small town of Bhor. And there he cut his tiny little finger. It is said that he cut his tiny little finger and took an oath that one day he will form Swarajya. He will form the Swarajya in the country, that is in the nation of India. So imagine this 14-year-old small boy imagining to do something that was not even thought by somebody. He decided it and he did it. That is because he always led from the front. He did not sit in his Singhasan and tell people to do things. He himself went and fought wars. He saw to it that he always led from the front. That was his bravery. He went into the mouth of the enemy and came back safe. He came back and fought strong. That was one of the biggest strength of Shivaji Maharaj. Next comes, he was a very enlightened administrator. The term enlightened is from the aspect that he was a very spiritually enlightened person. He had his own gurus from whom he took inspiration, advices from time to time. But at the same time, Shivaji Maharaj saw to it that he takes inputs from all the directions. He did not only rely on the people in his own court. He invited scholars from different places and he took everybody's advice, which made him one of the most enlightened leader. Next was, he was a very benevolent ruler. He always thought of the welfare of his praja, the welfare of his people, and he went to any extent to see to it that their welfare is attained. That is such an important quality to be a good king or an administrator. Next comes, he was a very inspiring leader. Why I am saying this? Because Shivaji Maharaj always led with an example. Shivaji Maharaj saw to it that he just doesn't speak and tell people. He always did it and hence created an example. He walked his talk. Shivaji Maharaj strongly walked on his path of principles and made people to do the same. That's why he was a very inspiring leader who kept all the forces together and always kept his enemies at bay. Then the next, one of my most favorite quality of him is he was an obedient son. He swore to his mother that he will bring Swarajya into the country, and he did everything he could do. He promised his mother that I will fight for Swarajya till the last drop of my blood, and which is what he did. Such an obedient son that just he couldn't see the kind of agony his mother was going through while she was seeing Bharat Mata into the clutches of invaders, and that's when to free his mother of that agony, that 14-year-old boy decided to free the country. And starting from there, ever till Jizamata was there in his life, he always listened and was a very obedient son. And not to forget, even after Jizamata left him and went to heaven, still Shivaji Maharaj always walked on the principles she taught him. Next comes, he was a very dutiful disciple. So right from his first guru, that is Dadoji Kondadev, to the different sons, the saints in his life like Ramdas Swami, Samartha Ramdas Swami, Tukaram Maharaj, and many other Bhakti Panth saints we call from that generation, he was always very respectful and always was very, very dutiful. So he listened to their advices, he took ideas from them, and he imbibed all those qualities and values to become one of the best administrators, from whom even current generation kings are taking inspiration from, or the current generation administrators are drawing inspiration from. All these 10 qualities of Shivaji Maharaj actually make him one of the most inspirational administrator and one of the strongest kings. So on this day of his coronation ceremony, while paying tributes to Shivaji Maharaj, let us all pledge to ourselves that we will not let his sacrifices go in vain. We will stay united for our country, and at the same time we will always and always respect his principles by actually following them. Which means that while we are proud of being followers of Shivaji Maharaj, let us also imbibe these qualities in ourselves and try to be better citizens, and try to be, if we are in a position of administration, let's try to be a better entrepreneur, a better administrator by drawing out inspiration from one of the greatest kings of India. By saying this, all I would want to say is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you so much.